come out behind their captain, number 8, Hapakuki Moala Liava'a, and this is their team as they come out proudly to play at Rosmini.
Senior Talaso, Holloway, Tupou in the front row, Tolson and Matoto in the back row, Palmer, Moala Liava'a, Worthington in the back row, Cody Castle, Tyler Castle in the halves, Moala Liava'a and To'o are in midfield, Talea and Lee on the wings, and Junior Talea is at fullback. Kua te mane fui ma ono, Awalita, Patelo, Pale, Doreen, Ikahihifo, and Kava Inga. Massey High School bench for today's game against Rosmini, 17 all last week against Takapuna. We're waiting for the home team, led out by tight head prop Connor O'Leary. In good shape and good size of a kid. Remember, just average age only 17. The size of some of these athletes that we see. Kennedy third and O'Leary in the front row, Turner and O'Reilly the two locks, Foley, McGann and McElroy the back three. In the backs, Lyons and Hasler in the halves, Lee and Hyatt Brown are on the wings, Palmer and Conway in the midfield, and Murdoch the fullback. Warren, Castle, Pierce, Ola, Babb, Smythe and Whelan. And the bench for the home team, Rosmini College.
So it's a nice scene. The bit of the sunlight is leaving us. It might be that we're going to get some rain. The referee for this afternoon's game is Marius Bota. There he is in the centre. We've had him before. These are North Harbour referees. To the left is Makis Goodwin and Dominic Gundry, the referee's assistants. Now we're going to have one haka today before the game starts, and it's led by Ethan Broughton from Massey High School. He's a special haka leader. Ethan. This is Ethan. Challengers laid down. These guys haven't had the Woodhouse Shield since 2004. So that's the haka of Massey High School. Meanwhile, over on the Rosmini College side, they are in prayer, in keeping with their Catholic beliefs. Legis Charitas Plenitudo, translated as charity fulfills the law. They have a liberal translation of love fulfills the law, and that's how Rosmini begin their games, and this game today. So it's a grey sky here, and there's the big man in charge of Rosmini. That's Con O'Leary, 115 kgs, but they've got a big hopes for him in the future. And we've got Hansiana Palmer to kick off. There is Tavita Lee getting set to play. We've got Land Rover First 15 Rugby, where we see tomorrow's stars today. It's Rosmini College in the blue and red hoops against Challengers Massey High School. The trophy at stake is the Woodhouse Shield. Holders are Rosmini. Here's Ken Laban.
Massey High School will have first use of the football. Ken Tupou, Cody Castle, Tyler Castle. They go wide straight away. Massey. To'o gets on the outside. A nice right-hand fend Hyatt Brown with a very important tackle. Now Moala Leava, that's a good run from the second 5'8". Castle. Again, they sent their big man in the form of Senior. Tyler Castle with a long ball, and it's lost by To'o.
Well, unfortunate there, Ken, for Massey High School, because they look dangerous, especially on the couple channels out, using their big men outside the centre roll. That's where they made a lot of ground. And this is just a little knock on there by the centre. To'o, you'll be very disappointed because they definitely had a roll on.
Fraser Conway up quick in To'o's face, forcing the error. Rosmini, their first use of the football. 5 metres in. Not much advantage field position, but they have the ball. Hasler gets a low ball, inside pass for Palmer. So he deliberately takes the tackle. McElroy trying to get the ball back, but he doesn't. Cody Castle gets it away now. They're a chance down the right side. Talea.
Well, the weather's starting to come in, but that's unfortunate. Turnover ball. Massey High went to the right side. It was the right area to go. Unfortunately, just a pass a little bit behind, and the knock on again from Massey. So already a couple of nerves in this game for the men in yellow and black.
All right, the umbrellas are coming out, and the rain is sweeping in from the west. I hope it doesn't get to be like it was at 8 o'clock this morning. Willabore running for cover. We won't be able to see the game from up in the cameras, but we're really pleased to be here. It's a beautiful game. Rugby, it's played in all weathers. Nobody goes and sits in the pavilion while they have tea and tiny cakes and rugby. That's the game for cricket. And this one's kicked to the corner, and that's a good bouncing ball into the corner as Rosmini show their educated attackers and come down onto within range, and that's a nice push through there by James Lyons, J-Lie they call him, and a good example of some good steady play by Rosmini.
Yeah, great use of the wind there, Keith. Little pop over, you saw the space in behind, and now they're going to contest the jumps. A lot of pressure on the number 2 for Massey Holloway.
Aidan Holloway to throw, here he is. Oh, he's thrown it to tap onto the Rosmini side, but nicely taken in there by James Lyons, number 9. There's the goal line behind.
Rock formed
So
already.
they're going to have a shot here. Let's have a look. The referee, Marius Botta.
Shot.
And they're going to have a shot. You see number 3 go in there. That's Connor O'Leary. Let's have a look at this and see what this was all about, fellas.
Just a miscommunication and timing there with the jumper. You can see the bewildered look on the captain, Hapa Cookie. I think he was the one that was supposed to receive it. His jumpers didn't get underneath him. And it all came back down to the kick from the number 9 from Rosmini. It wasn't a King James Lyons.
Daniel Lee getting ready to take the kick. He was a bench player last year. Daniel starting lineup this year. 9 players out of their 22 returned from last year, Rosmini, so would suggest they got a little bit more seniority over at Massey with just 3 players returning from last year's team.
He'll have the good local knowledge of the way the wind goes towards the Takapuna skyscrapers way in the distance. Daniel Lee. 4.5 minutes gone first half. Beautiful kick.
I thought it'd be an interesting observation with one college starting with an aggressive haka, the other one starting with prayer and love. Which one would get the advantage? It's 3-0 Rosmini, Keith Quinn.
That's right. I have no comment. But Daniel Lee gets the scoring underway with a penalty. Massey High School showing a lot of the vigour, but the first points go to Rosmini.
Tyler Castle kicks deepish. Was he caught the ball in the field of play and then took it out? And Messi will get the throw at the line out, or no, it's out on the full. Oh, this is a good result for Rosmini.
This is a good one here, and that is considered out on the full. Your foot is on the line, so considered out, so that's the right call. They got there in the end.
Good work from Logan Turner. Another boy who's played junior rugby and come through the Roller Mills tournament. So the lock forward and a returning player from last year as well. So a couple of nice pieces of work from the two Rosmini locks. One, they won that line out. That ended up with them getting 3 points. And they've won themselves a feed at the scrum on halfway. Is a couple of interesting names at 9 and 10 for Rosmini. We've got a Lions and a Hasler. Those of you that have got a bit of interest in Manly Rugby League will recognise those two names of Lions and Hasler. Played a bit of footy together over the years.
What's interesting here, Ken, is it's a 4-2 split for Rosmini. 4 to the left, 2 to the right. Tavita Lee's marking up for Massey, so will Rosmini try and attack him?
Lions.
Over there, I told you.
Senior.
The weather's just brightened up, and I don't want to go on about the weather all the time. It has brightened up a little from those threatening clouds before. It looks like, is this a shot at goal coming in here? No, that's away to the corner from Hansian Palmer. I want to tell you about the principal here at Rosmini College. Mr. Tom Gerard is the longest serving principal in the history of New Zealand schools. He's been here principal for 37 years. Tom Gerard, very popular, very friendly, very welcoming to us today here at the college, and he watches from a classroom. We'll see if we can find him there, as his boys are going pretty well, especially in the lineouts. The two locks, the Harry O'Reilly and Logan Turner, going particularly well. Number 4 is Logan Turner. Harry O'Reilly is number 5. And number 2 coming through for Massey is Aidan Holloway. And they get it out now into the Rosmini backs.
She's a clever player. Hasler, good footwork. And now this is Daniel Lee. Elusive, but he's hit in a strong tackle by Sione Matoto. Hasler to the line. This time kicks the ball low.
You got time, DJ, you got time. How long?
One thing I like about this Rosmini team, Ken, is they use the space. They get their blindside winger in. Lee's been involved in a couple of times. He's a big, tall, lanky player. He's obviously got a right foot step that he likes to use. I'm going to have a shot at goal, I'm sure, and just pile up the points. There's O'Leary points to the goalpost. I like the use of space, the Rosmini side. You see just at the base of the scrum, those two guys you're talking about, Lions passing to Hasler. The defence is up, and that's the good option there. Punches it through, finds some space. He always knew he had the advantage.
So there's Hapakuki, the captain, Hapakuki Moala Liava'a.
Daniel Lee. Tall and athletic, good on his feet. We saw that from his last run just prior to that. Looks like he's got a bit of agility. Daniel Lee, about 28, 30. Daniel Lee likes the look of it, and so does the home crowd.
And there's Mr. Gerard, the principal here for 37 years, and they're playing, by the way, on the Tom Gerard field, fellas, and they warm up in the Tom Gerard gymnasium, and he likes to sit up there in room 2C by himself with a cup of tea and watch the game. Didn't he give us a good welcome? Although we couldn't perhaps repeat the joke he told us over morning tea.
Needless to say, he was pleased to see us.
He was. So 6-0 Rosmini.
Cody Castle. Tyler Castle playing in the halves. Now Rosmini. I think that Massey High haven't had a chance. Hasler with a nice long ball. Ryan Kennedy.
It's unfortunate there because they had the numbers down the short side, Ken. It was the right pass, his execution wasn't there.
Gee, I like the look of this kid, Joseph Hasler, already. I know there's only 10 minutes gone. He was halfback in the team last year. He's come through the 14s and 16s. But gee, he goes to the line, good car, throws across front, some nice passes as well.
Okay, 10 minutes gone. I suppose Massey High School might be getting a bit concerned. They haven't got their big star lock, their big star winger, Tavita Lee, into the game yet. He's number 11, waiting patiently. I think he was going to come into the back move there, but it didn't go for them, as you saw. Scrum line out not straight, scrum call now.
Gee, they've had a couple of lineouts go bad. They've had a couple of scrums go bad. They've made a couple of unforced errors when they've hit the football. Nothing's going their way. They're about 0-6 when it comes to negative plays in the game so far. Massey.
Hardly had their hands on the ball, and I think number 5 there, Sione Matoto, backed out of the line.
Crouch.
Line out before the ball was down. It's illegal, so...
Touch. Sit.
Okay, Lions. Number 8 forward is Teague McElroy, and this is nice. Bursting play, Hansien Palmer. And waiting as fullback, Junior Talia. Now here's our first look at Lee with the ball to run. Tavita Lee. He's a beautifully built player, but they've got him, they're onto him. And the tackler was Joseph Hasler. And now it's back to Tyler Castle. And that's a very good kick by young Tyler. He's just 17 years of age. His brother is Cody, is the halfback. He's just 15 in the first 15. And that's nicely taken kick.
We can see the kick chase here from Rosmini. They sent 4 up. They knew as soon as the ball goes deep, they're going to have to send a lot of numbers. And this is a great tackle here down low. I think it was it the open side? Yes, it was. McGann.
Well, these boys are having a field day in there, aren't they? Logan Turner, number 4, very good in the lineouts. And here's Rosmini looking very good ahead. Again, they've 2 penalties up after 12 minutes, 6-0.
Yeah, well, this is probably the most amount of time that Massey have spent inside the Rosmini half. They don't have the football, but at least they've got a little bit of field position. Hasler's dropped out to the right-hand side. He's now at second receiver as the big men. Let's go towards the middle of the park, so it'll look like they've organised a play out to the right-hand side. Hasler with the right foot step to the line. Isolated, but the support arrives. That's a good recycle. Now McElroy. Good strong run. Brian Kennedy. Worthington tried to take him high, but he's strong, Kennedy. McElroy taking on the advantage line. So it's tough and uncompromising for Rosmini. Hasler thinking about field position. Talia. Junior Talia outside the 22, goes for a bomb. It's for Tavita Lee. The bounce goes in favour of Ryan Kennedy. Tall for a loose head prop. 36 metres out. Lions with an attacking kick might be too big.
Option, captain. So 22 or scrum where you kick from.
Well, a strong breeze there, and unfortunately, James Lyons just overcooking it. It was the right option. There was no one in behind because Tavita Lee had come up for Massey, so a lot of space and greenery. Obviously, a call that Hyatt Brown had given to his halfback. Just execution not there.
So here's the little guy with the younger of the Castle brothers, number 9, with the ball. He's just, they nickname him Squirt. You probably could get a hint as to why that is. He's just 65 kgs, his brother at first 5'8", but he's given it off to Tavita Lee. Remember, just 7 days ago, he was with the New Zealand Sevens team. He went over as a stand-in for Kurt Baker, who had a hamstring problem. Didn't actually play in the tournament, but was there and got the medals for being part of the winning squad. And what an experience it was. Although he said that he was most worried about missing playing for the first 15 last Saturday at Massey High School, and doesn't that say a lot for secondary school first 15 spirit?
Gee, that was a good kick from Tyler Castle. He looks a very tidy player. Tyler Castle, it was a difficult pass for him to catch. Got himself some field position. That's the error that was caused with Murdoch. Good chase as well from Talia, but all that's off the end of a very good kick from Tyler Castle.
Pass high.
Very traditional setup here, attacking formation from the Massey High School team. Number 12, Moala Liava, Judah. He's deep, so whether he's going to come in for a cut, see him there. I like to hit it up strong in that midfield, Keith.
Look how they've dominated things over here on the North Harbour side. The Rosmini playing today for the Woodhouse Shield, which is the Ranfurly Shield of North Harbour Secondary Schools Rugby. Okay, here they come. Oh, a lovely run by the centre three-quarter. Tu'u. And they're just 10 metres out. And over the sideline it goes. Referee has blown a whistle, a penalty.
14,
It was a tremendous ball from Castle. Gee, we've got two very good number 10s. Very impressed with these two number 10s after just 16 minutes. It was a beautiful ball from Castle. The player was running inside out, or they call it a bounce, Carl, as you know. But it picked him up beautifully as he hit the hole on the outside.
Yes, indeed. It was all worked well. Tyler Castle, the 10, dummied Moala Liava on the inside. That's what held the inside defence. And as you see, Ken, the long ball to To'o, who bounced out. You see it here. The 1-2 dummy cut, the bounce, there it is. And To'o was actually looking for Tavita Lee to come on the inside because he got on the outside of his marker. Desperate defence here from Rosmini, and unfortunately just knock on there.
I don't want your heads touching too, please. Okay.
So they've got the penalty, but they've elected to take the scrum. And once again, the ball is in the hands of Cody Castle. A man has mistake before. He's not 65 kgs. He's 59 kgs. He's just a lad, as Cody Castle, 15 years of age. They're on their best attack so far.
Yeah, Tavita Lee from the wing goes to the line, so it's a midfield set. They're looking for the fast recycle. Out to the right-hand side for Cody Castle. It's a difficult ball, unforced error. So they've got to go back and regroup Massey if they want to get something out of this. Rosmini forced to do some defence. Castle, a wide ball for Senior, the loose head prop, 18 metres out. And Moala Leava'a, big and strong, and he's over the advantage line. That's another good run. Now Castle with an inside ball. The brothers working well together. Tavita Lee waits on the left, but they go right. It's a play on, and this is Taylor Tolson. The lock forward, a two-man tackle, does well.
Tackle ball.
Bit of something interesting has happened. You see down in the foreground, Tavita Lee, I think he's injured. He might have a leg injury problem. He's been signalling for the last few seconds. There's a lot of tape there, and he's tweaked something on the other leg on the left side. And the assistants are coming over to attend the Massey High School star left winger, Tavita Lee.
Yeah, I know you two guys haven't had this injury as a hamstring there, Keith. This happens to us fast players.
Is that what it's called? Hamstring? Yeah, okay.
I've been hamstrung a few times in my life.
Yeah.
But nothing to do with anything football-wise.
There we are. This is us. No hamstrings, hamstring.
Hamstring.
K and K, by the way.
This will be a huge blow, though, you'd have to say, for Massey. Their star player, Tavita Lee, who they've been wanting to come back. He's been wanting to come back and add an impact. If he has to go off so early in this first half.
It's not the one that's strapped either, so perhaps.
You know, one little sequence last year. In 3 games, he scored 13 tries in this competition, Tavita. And in the whole season, he scored 22 tries for the first 15 here at Massey.
Well, we talk about Tavita Lee, Keith, but also in London last weekend was Trinity Spooner Neda,
yes,
who was in the Napier Boys High School first 15, as well as New Zealand secondary school players. So they are indeed the stars of tomorrow we are seeing today, week to week in this competition. We've
seen some incredible guys come through. Joe Webber was another one that's gone through. Lolani Visania was into the New Zealand Sevens team out of Kelston from Land Rover First 15 Rugby. So it looks like, as you see, Tavita Lee is still worried about it, but he's going to carry on at this moment. It looks like it just needs a bit of stretching. His captain will be concerned, but the battle resumes. Rosmini on their home ground, leading by 6-0.
Cody Castle just to the right of the post. Again, a 4-2 split. Tyler Castle to the line, and short ball for Moala Leava'a. They're trying to hold him up, Rosmini, but he's able to find the ground, loses the ball. Good defence. It's McGann, the open side flanker, with the ball. Hasler under pressure, looks for some field position. Tyler Castle, Tavita Lee. Happy to pass. Good run from Junior Talair as well. And a little reminder.
He got skittled too.
From Connor O'Leary. to Tavita Lee. That is Rosmini's home ground. Gives him a little tap.
Well, Connor O'Leary was the one that actually got that turnover for Rosmini originally, and then he gets upfield in the middle of the park and smacks over Massey's talisman. You can see the confidence of this Rosmini team just starting to climb.
And you see Lee down in the foreground just putting his hand against that upper thigh. Just looking for notes there, hamstring. Is that what it's? We must use the proper terminology here. But that is a concern. Look at this. He got passed away and then got skittled. That's a big tackle coming in by the big one. They call him Big Con.
So have some of that.
All legal too.
Get that into
his arms.
Tolson at the front of the line out. They go wide straight away. Difficult ball for Matoto. The lock forward, but he finds the ground. They're looking for the recycle. Now Tyler Castle, good options. He goes long again for To'o. 18 metres out. Cody Castle waits. Short ball for Palmer. Blindside flanker. Another inside ball. Tavita Lee coming hard onto it. He's looking for work. A high-profile left winger, Cody Castle. Oh, an unforced error from Senior. And the defence of Rosmini is solid.
Every time they look likely and they gain momentum, just these little mistakes, unfortunately, for Massey, are pulling them back. He'll be disappointed there. Leon Senior got well over the advantage. As soon as he dropped it, you can see that he's shaking his head.
Yeah, that's the second or third time they've made, as you rightly call it, Ken, an unforced error, just passing and not catching. Bad passing or not catching. And this is vital. It's going to be a tight game. It always is. These two teams, Massey High School, Rosmini, and Westlake Boys High and Takapuna Grammar always seem to dominate North Harbour Secondary Schools rugby. That's not to decry the other guys in the other teams. They're talking very promisingly about Glenfield this season, so it's good that the competition is even across a whole lot of the schools, but these two plus Takapuna Grammar and Westlake Boys High, the great rugby traditions on North Harbour, as that ball is kicked away by Ben Hyatt Brown, the sports captain here at Rosmini High School. Remember, we're playing 35-minute halves. A bit of tap ball there at line-out time. They really might look to... There's Hyatt Brown. They really might like to improve that from the Rosmini line outside. They're doing so well there, but this is nice play as it's pushed wide again by Hassler, and down to the corner it goes. Junior Tillier can do nothing about that.
I like the way that Rosmini play. They don't look like they don't look like they might have a reputation of being a structured side, but they're looking to use the football every time they get it, even inside their own quarter.
Yeah, Joseph Hasler, as you already highlighted through this call, Ken, his first option is to have a look. If it's not on, then he's got the ability to find space with the kick. He's finding a lot of grass in behind the front line defence of Massey High.
Aidan Holloway, defensive line out for Massey High. Taylor Tolson.
A referee today is Marius Bota from North Harbour. That'll be an attacking scrum for Rosmini. I tell you also who went to Rosmini, Gareth Anscombe. And we with Gareth all the best in his recovery, certainly going from strength to strength in his Super 15 rugby this year.
It's Taylor Tolson. And the ball off.
Go again.
So we'll have a look at what tricks they've got stored up here. Rosmini, a scrum on the 22. Just to the left-hand side of the post. They've gone for a 7-0 split. Good crowd of supporters in here for this. Good conditions. So we'll have a look. McElroy, he can run the football at the back. He's one option. Hasler's a clever ball player. So Hasler to the line, shows it, goes long behind two players. Now Palmer, strong with a good fend. Pirouettes in the tackle, 5 metres out. That's a good run from Palmer. And some hustle coming on Lyons, the halfback. They've lost a couple of metres, but they've still got the ball. So the big men start again. About 7 metres out. The back slowly wrap around to the left while the forwards patiently try and drag in some defenders. Close, good driving, good field position, and they've got the football. A lot of pressure for the Massey High defence. Well, they've got the ball, Massey. Some good work. Castle doesn't find touch. Hyatt Brown takes it 24 out. Hesler lets it go by. And a nice little tip on Daniel Lee on the left side. Very well read by the Rosmini players. A long ball was thrown out. Fraser Conway, what poise to centre. To just take that ball, it was a difficult pass, and then Daniel Lee, who's kicked 2 from 2, finishes the job off.
Well, I tell you, that's a classic case of the pass that didn't connect, bouncing along the ground, and from it, it was gathered, and out to the flying winger. He's got the 2 penalties so far, and now Daniel Lee adds the try.
Hills, this was the great set piece originally from the scrum. Huge run there from the number 12, Palmer, which got it all going forward. They got a turnover, and this is the missed kick from Massey High. Just watch it here. They bring it across, everybody stops, and then the little flick on, and then Twinkle Toes, he calls himself. Daniel Lee gets over for the first try.
Well, he's a long striding giraffe of a winger, isn't he? And my word, he knew what to do, Daniel Lee.
Wingers are supposed to finish. He can do that. He also brings goal-kicking prowess to his football CV as well. And it was a straight run on that occasion, but a couple of other runs that he's done has been good. He looks a really good kid, Daniel Lee. It's not an easy kick either. 32 out.
They like it. They like it very much. It's over.
It's the Daniel Lee show, 13 points to 0.
And he scores, if he gets a drop goal, he'll have done the whole 9 yards.
What a great pass there, you'd have to say, also from Fraser Conway, the centre, just to draw on that last defender and give him that space, Daniel Lee.
Tell you what, Carl, he reminds me of Tim Mickelson. How about that?
Yeah, he does. He does. Well, a similar shape. You know, imagine him in a professional environment for a couple of years. How big this kid will get.
Well, I tell you what, he's an interesting guy because he's listed as a very good touch player as well. And there's all sorts of skills, which you probably know about them, Ken, that are needed for that game. And a utility player in the 15, the side also makes his mark as a, believe it or not, a fullback and a first 5/8 with his unique shape. So he's very much like Tim Mickelson in our view, as Rosmini, buoyed by the 13-point lead, try it again, and they're out from their own 22.
Hesler. What I love is that they're really keen to shift the ball. They don't seem to be restricted. They're encouraged to express themselves. Now Lyons, not much going on, so goes to the ground himself. The little halfback concedes the penalty. But I really like the attitude that both these two teams are bringing to the game. It's just a shame, Carl, they get a bit older. We coach all this skill out of them.
Yes, indeed, and that's why I love this level of football, first team rugby. Glad to be involved this year, but I'm with you, Ken. Both of these teams really keen to move the ball. For Rosmini, I think they just got a bit more composure about them at the moment. Things are starting to stick. Massey have had opportunities, and if the ball sticks, then anything's possible for them for sure.
So this really is a surprise, although it probably won't be a surprise to the Rosmini supporters who've come out in such good numbers here. Nice warm afternoon now, and the referee again blows a whistle at the line out. This time it's for closing of the gaps, and this now it's with Cody Castle. Gets it away to the big man Leon Senyo, and they're about 7 or 8 meters out, and they go again under the post. That's the captain, Moala Liava'a. And they're waiting at the back, hoping for it was Leon Senyo, but lost forward. Now a referee has stopped the game.
I think Cody Castle's had a word to the referee here, so he's changed it to a full-arm penalty kick.
Ah.
As halfbacks tend to do.
9s and 10s. All levels of the game. They've got an opinion on most things.
So there's a big kick from the centre of the field by none other than Lee from the left wing to clear the ball away to the sideline.
I thought they were unlucky here, Massey. I thought the Rosmini player come in, just didn't roll away the back of their ruck.
So that's missed everybody and gone towards the back. And the referee says that one also is is whistled by referee Bota. It's not straight, I think.
I'm looking forward to this because out of this era here, we're going to get an opportunity now to watch a set piece from Messi, and we've already seen that they've got some tricks, they've got some lines and some angles. So here's the backline shape for you of Messi. Tremendous field position for them. So it'll be Tyler Castle will be the key in this. It's Cody feeds, it's an early whistle. Hapa Cookie.
Told you over there. The start of the game too. Against number 1, dropping his shoulder.
See, they're not even looking to go for the post or the 3 points, are they, Ken? Messi high, their first instinct's to have a go.
You going to have a shot? On the line.
So they're going to have a shot now. Yes, they are. This is that was interesting. A couple of interesting calls by referee Bota there. Penalty when the ball was clearly in the back of the scrum for Massey High School. Would you have been tempted to play an advantage there, Ken?
I think, Keith, what happened there, that the captain, number 8, Moala Liaba, didn't take it on the mark, so he's brought him right back.
Yeah, but then before that, before that at the scrum. Okay, we have a shot at goal coming in here by Tyler Castle, who's been going pretty well first 5 and today and this season. Year 13 at the school. And probably a little unfamiliar with the vagaries of the away ground that he's playing on. That one's curled away. No change in the score. Still 13-0. Rosmini College leading.
Well, there is quite a strong breeze going into Castle's face there. As you saw the ball just whip away to the right-hand side as we looked at it. Didn't allow enough, and this is one's going to go long from Palmer, I'm pretty sure. Just release some pressure.
So you've been watching closely, Carl. What do you think of that? Do you think Tavita Lee is not 100%? It seems the ball seems to have gone away from him. He's not so much in the game. Yeah, he's not getting involved. You can see him just walking around there. Definitely he's hampered by this hamstring injury. Let's see what happens here. They've kicked it away, and now he's had to turn, and he's struggling back, isn't he? You see him, this very athletic young man, and struggled to get started in going back from the charge down here as Rosmini come on to attack. But the ball still in the control of Massey.
Ryan Kennedy, he's an impressive player. The loose head prop for Rosmini.
No rock, he's just on the ball, you dove on.
Honest in the chase, gets in amongst it. And on that occasion, he was the first player leading the chase down for Rosmini. They conceded a penalty. There's another good boy we're seeing on Land Rover First 15 Rugby. Ryan Kennedy's been good today. Loose head prop. There's a kick being charged down, and there's Ryan Kennedy. It's a prop on a outside back or inside back.
That's just being a bully, twice the size.
Give him a shot as well while he's there.
You know, his nickname is Rhino. It was a Rhino. Goodness.
So Castle waits. Tyler Castle. Inside ball, and it wasn't a tidy carry from Moala Liava, so it's turned over. Rosmini. Big numbers line out on the left-hand side. Hasler. Nice long ball for Fraser Conway. A little bit of a hop, skip, and then a tip on for Lee, who loses the ball. Gee, he's a player to keep an eye on, that Fraser Conway. He's got a few tricks.
But again, it was just the release pass from Fraser Conway that gave him the space. He just held the defence. I just like their basic skills. Catch and pass into the space, but also Joseph Hasler was the one that set it alight with that long 30-metre pass there, Keith. And
Daniel Lee, who gets the ball here, puts a little chip in here. He's only year 12. He could be back at the school next year if he chooses for another year. For his 3rd year in the first 15.
Touch!
Well, I know there will be one guy by the name of Gordon Titchens watching this game. He'll be seeing it with interest, and I'm sure he'll be putting a little line underneath the number 11 for Rosmini College. If you're good enough, he'll put you in there. He's already showed that.
Showed that with a young man who's in this game, Tavita Lee, and others we've seen in Land Rover First 15 Rugby in the seasons we've been going now. This is our 4th year. And away they go this time into the back line. Joe Hasler, and here is Lee, the man himself, gets to the 22, unloads a bit to his fullback, Joshua Murdoch, but it's come to grief on the 22.
There's no advantage coming lost forward by
Again, it was another set piece from Rosmini, looking to try and be creative out on the edge to challenge the players. The key being Hasler, again going to the line. And you watch him showing the ball on the inside and then a long ball. And that little stop-start from Lee just lost a grip on the ball as Tavita Lee came in for the shot.
I think this is one thing they've lost at the professional level, and that's bringing in the blindside winger and giving him the ball in behind, and this is what this guy's doing. He's very busy.
So we've got 8-9 play. Cody Castle tips on for Moala Leava. That's a good clean out. Cody Castle can't get a clean grab on the ball, so they go to the big men. It's a good run. The players from the right are wrapping around to the left. Tyler Castle goes low. This is Palmer, the blindside flanker, strong in the tackle, and Hasler with a good low tackle to bring Palmer down. Now some direct running from Massey High School. Cody Castle, Tyler Castle. Now they tip on. Defence from Rosmini has been a real feature of this opening half so far. Another change of direction. Matoto with a strong carry. Castle waits. Good aggressive running tackle from Connor O'Leary on the advantage line. Tyler Castle. Another short ball on the inside for Moala Leava. So challenging the inside defence of Rosmini is Massey. Senior's available. Now he gets it on the advantage line. Head down. Throws himself at the opposition defence. Castle. Tyler Castle. Cut out ball for Tavita Lee. Tries to run over the top of a Rosmini defender. Solid in the defence.
Way too slow. Blue 4.
Out again it comes into Massey. This is powerhouse rugby. They've brought it up about 40 metres, but they're still 50+ metres away. There's a bit of casualties from both sides in the way of the movement. People climbing off the floor. It's tough physical stuff. And you see them behind this, these players. You see guys being attended to, one for each. And there's Leon Senyo from Massey High School. Looks like the referee has decided that is half time, so those guys will get fixed up, and the first half has been tough and a little bit one-sided, and surprisingly so, as Rosmini scored the only try and a conversion and 2 penalties, all scored by one man, Daniel Lee on the left wing, and it's Rosmini leading Massey High School on Land Rover First 15 Rugby. Stay with us, second half shortly. And second half about to begin, and this time they'll have the sun behind them, Massey High School, and the wind as well.
One change for Rosmini. Sam Babb is on at halfback for Jamie Lyons. The ball, and let it go out, Rosmini, so they will get to throw in the line out. It's Sam Babb. This is Joshua Third, the hooker. Turner and O'Reilly are his options. It's Logan Turner at the front of the line out for Rosmini. And Hasler gives the ball late for Palmer, who is there to carry the ball direct to the opposition.
It was a great line-out take, wasn't it, originally from Rosmini and Logan Turner. Now, they give us these pen pals from each school, and they talk about who they admire, and this guy, number 4 for Rosmini College, said the bloke he most admires one Keith Quinn. So you're a legend.
He is a very fine player. And he's a very fine judge.
Well, he might have set his sights a bit higher, Keith. Well done, the legend Keith Quinn. Even these kids, they respect the job that he's done for the game. It's Castle with a little chip and chase. The ball is loose and lost forward by Massey. An innovative play from Massey. Palmer.
I'm only watching number 4.
You're watching Logan.
I tell you what, he's a very good fellow, Logan.
With great judgment, it's perceptive.
Well, I just want to mention he's also very prominent at the school in boxing and hockey. He's shot put as well, so he's an all-rounder.
It's just his judgment that's a bit off, but the rest of them is fine, Keith.
this little guy that's the halfback now is Sam Babb. He's only in year 11 at school. You can see he's got the sort of a baby face look, English born, but has ambitions to be an All Black. So he's okay.
A strong carry from Palmer. Difficult position, but oh, that's off. It's off Taylor Tolson, so it's he says a deliberate knockdown, so this will allow Rosmini to get some field position.
Yep. They've been stuck in their own quarter for the first 2 odd minutes of this half, and this is quite a step to breeze at the back of Massey High. So Rosmini will have to really dig their heels in and look after possession here. But I like the change up from the number 10, Tyler Castle, for Massey with that little chip kick in over the back. I think that's what they need to do, just change it up.
There's the ball off Taylor Tolson.
So here they come out of their 22 now. It's been a good aggressive player. Hansien Palmer. Up to halfway they come. There is Joshua Murdoch. He says he admires the play of Israel Dag and Conrad Smith, so his judgment's pretty good, but a penalty for Massey High School.
That's exactly what we're talking about in Land Rover First 15 rugby. These kids play with a lot of confidence. They play with a lot of creativity. Under normal circumstances, if we're watching a professional game, they would kick for field position. But on this occasion, Rosmini coming with the ball from deep inside their own quarter, attack the ball, being positive. Well, great football.
Yeah, these kids just play what's in front of them. They don't preempt anything. They have all the structures, but the coaches allow them to play, and that's what's great about this game. You can see there, they recognise that Tavita Lee had dropped all the way back, so they had 3 back in defence to Massey High, so a lot of space on that right-hand side of the field, and they had to go.
Yes, Joshua Murdoch was the fullback, full of running.
So here comes Lee. That was perhaps his best run of the game. We know that he's not been 100%, but that was good aggressive play, and it swings Massey onto attack in the 22. They come intercept and break it away by Hansien Palmer.
It's an early tackle. Fraser Conway, I think.
I don't want to hear you. Just count yourself lucky, taking the player out without the ball. I need to talk to you guys now. They need to calm down. Too many silly penalties, please. Thank you. Give him a second.
Like Fraser Conway got a hand on the Massey High School player before he received the ball. Referee was early on the whistle.
It's a penalty holding the player back.
Yeah, exactly. Fraser Conway.
Well, there's Mr. Gerard, the 37-year veteran principal here at Rosmini. Always watches from up in the classrooms above the ground. The ground is named in his honour, so his legacy is the football field, the gymnasium, other establishments around the school, and his very presence here for those years. And now Tyler Castle kicking for goal for Massey High School. And that's a nice strike, and so it's taken a while, but they're on the ball, on the board. Tyler Castle with a penalty goal, 13-3.
So I've been impressed with the 2 10s today. Hesler and Castle both go to the line, both got some tricks, both got good kicking games, good passing games, and they make good decisions at the line.
That's what you need from your general, don't you? You conductor, the number 10.
Next stoppage.
You need to have all those skills. They're doing well today. I know some new stars, as we've already spoken about.
Castle does well to attack the ball, the little halfback. Not intimidated by bigger opponents in defence. He goes to the line. Now, Keith Quinn's son, is it? No. You're claiming both number 4s. One with the run and one with the tackle. As Massey High School go looking for field position. That's good defensive play that's turned into an offensive situation for Massey High School.
I'm just contemplating legal action here.
He's going.
Nice game we're watching here this afternoon at Rosmini, part of the Land Rover First 15 Rugby Series. We're going up and down the country right through to mid-September. Every Saturday afternoon, look, we've got a new man on the field for Massey. This is Hamish Ikahihifo.
Blue knock-on advantage.
They've gone forward off a Massey hand, so Rosmini, under normal circumstances, we would expect teams to kick from this position, but when we're watching Land Rover First 15 Rugby, Carl, anything is possible.
That's what's great about this game played by these young lads, isn't it? Ken, young predictability, youthful enthusiasm.
Sit.
So now it comes to the big man at second, 5/8, Hansien Palmer. He says his favourite rugby moment was when Rene Ranger bowled over James O'Connor. And look what he's done. Here it is with Murdoch again. A lovely runner, Murdoch. He's got his winger Lee with him. And they just got a little bit disconnected there. But again, a lovely intrusion by Joshua Murdoch, fullback for Rosmini. The school prefect and runs with great authority. And he's running right out of defence into attack here.
Well, Palmer starts at this hard-running second 5'8" to the line, makes the ball available, and then just a couple of good tip-ons. And then once Murdoch got his hands on the ball, we've seen him run plenty in the second half. He goes on the outside. He's trying to run his winger into position, but just runs out of space.
OK, let's see how they go. Massey trying to get out of trouble. They've dropped it. Another unforced error midfield. The home team, Rosmini, can go left. They go to the right, though. Murdoch, Hassler, the big man, Con O'Leary, Big Con they call him, and the beast, he works it. There's Logan Turner, and the hooker number 2 is Joshua Third. Babb is number 20. They're pretty close here, only 5 metres out. And Rosmini swinging on a good attack. Just a minute ago, they were back on their heels, and now they're really charging hard, and they might get try number 2 here. Number 20 is Sam Babb, just year 11 at the school. And he's cleared it away to the big number 8 with the great heritage in the game. That's McElroy. Very excited play here by Rosmini, swinging on to hot attack. They lead by 13-3.
Great turnover. Great turnover by Massey. But they're going to come back again on a counter-attack. Hyatt Brown, a strong run from the winger. About 7 metres out on the right-hand side of the park. Rosmini, Babb, looks for the ball. Now Turner. Hitting the ball and all tackle, loses a metre, but they still have the ball. Babb goes hunting for it. Hasler waits. It's a difficult ball, goes flat for Fraser Conway. He spins in the tackle, presents the ball. Now Babb with a pick and go. Tyler Castle with an important tackle. So big pressure now for Massey on defence. Pick and go, the big man, a good run. Beautiful. From Rosmini, handing to the post. Showing their power. And an advantage, so they're going to get a good result, whatever happens. Hasler, ball goes behind to McElroy. Taking in a 2-man tackle, the big number 8 offloads the ball, but it's loose. We're coming back for the penalty. Rosmini did enough to score 3 tries. Good defence from Massey.
Entry against number 6 entry right over here, yeah.
Hyatt Brown takes a quick tap, shifts it straight away, and they're rewarded with their innovation. Harry O'Reilly, the lock forward. And great work from Hyatt Brown. No one was expecting the quick tap. The winger does well, good anticipation, and in the end, good execution. Tap from the winger, little tip on to O'Reilly, big, strong, lock forward onto the ball hard. That's a good try.
Well, they just locked up possession, didn't they, Rosmini College? First time they've been in the Massey High School 22 in the second half. They just rolled their sleeves up, did the big forwards. You see the determination there on the number 1. Ryan Kennedy wanted to stretch out, decided better, set it up for his mates. But as you see, Ken, the quick tap by the number 14, Massey High School relaxed. Rosmini did it, and that's the second try for them.
Well, I tell you what is really interesting. This guy says the best thing that ever happened to him in rugby was to be taken to the Rugby World Cup final and watch it live in Eden Park. But I tell you what, I reckon that's just been surpassed by scoring this moment in this critical game, a big TV exposure. And now Daniel Lee with the conversion. He's taken it quite a long way back, and he's kicking into the sun, but he knows this ground intimately. At 18-3, he's a chance to take it to 20. He's kicked well today. And it's holding up and across the front. But that's a very good reply by Daniel Lee and the rest of the Rosmini team in the try by Harry O'Reilly.
And so Rosmini as well, rewarded for running hard and running straight. They've been innovative and creative with the ball and played some really expensive footy. And on that occasion, give the ball to the big man, charging onto the advantage line and scores the try. A great contrast with their offense. Rosmini, now an error by Foley. Castle Now Moala Leava. Good run from the back rower. Not held, so goes again. 10 metres out just to the right of the post. Castle goes looking for Palmer, the blindside flanker. He's taken 6 metres out. Messi need to be the team that scores next.
You need to stay on your feet if you win the ball, please.
18 points to 3. They're down by 15. 23 to go. They need to keep in touch.
Yeah, this is the big call here, Ken. For me, they've got to go for the try, I know.
Yeah,
Yes,
they've done the right thing, haven't they? Going for the scrum. They've got a big scrum. And it's a critical part of the game. The numbers at the top left, they're 47. It's a 70-minute game in Land Rover First 15 rugby. So there's plenty of time left at the moment.
Crouch. Touch. Stand up, stand up.
Surely,
Bit of movement, it's not steady.
Winston says you've got to give it to the big number 11, your star player. He's the man that you want in these critical situations. Tavita Lee is close to the scrum, one-on-one. I'll back him every time.
So it's the classic 8-9 winger.
Crouch.
What do you reckon? Left.
Yeah, or 8-9-5-8.
Touch.
Those are the two options.
Okay, let's see what they do here. It's going to go left. Cody, we're looking for Lee. He's got the ball. He stands it on wide, but the touchline wins. The sideline wins. Environ Tu'u. Let's see what they're saying over there. It's good defence.
Let's have a talk. Get out, please.
Well, I'm not sure about your best runner being used to give the last pass.
Okay, so you try.
My thoughts.
Try's awarded.
The try's going to be awarded anyway. But it's worked out well for them. A little bit of variation. Environ To'o at North Harbour, 16s and 18s, come through the roller mills. But it was their best runner who give the final pass, a little draw and pass. And then on the outside.
This will be a good view over here there, Ken. He comes from around the back and, well, from there, I think he's all right. I think his legs are up. No, nothing's touching the outside chalk.
Yeah, good enough. I suppose if you're watching from the down the Rosmini line, you might say differently, but there's no TMO or anything like that, so that's a pretty good call, and the try is rewarded.
There is. We're the TMO.
We are the TMO.
So
you didn't tell me.
If we say it's a try, it's a try.
This is exactly what Messi needed, didn't they? They needed to get their confidence. They needed to get back in their game. They needed to score a try.
Environ To'o, another good, strong runner. It's rewarded. With a lot of the attention focused on Tavita Lee. No. Fa'amanu Petillo is on in jersey 19 for Jason Worthington, the open side flanker for Massey High School. 18-8, down by 10 with around about 20 to go.
Well, it could change, couldn't it? It's that'll be of concern to Con O'Leary, the captain of Rosmini. They'll want to come back like they've done before. Nice kick-off again here by Fraser Conway. We've got a new first 5/8 on the field for Massey High School. That's Jess Pauli Doreen, JPD they call him. And here they come, the little guy, Cody Castle, halfway. He's made a couple of good runs, hasn't he? But the ball has gone on the Rosmini side. It's passed away by Bab. And here comes Lee. He's got beautiful feet, hasn't he, and a powerful runner, but he doesn't look 100%. We've got to repeat that. He took that injury early on, and it hasn't quite worked for him in this big game. Now it's gone to Hapakuki Moala Leava'a. His brother is Judah Moala Leava'a at number 12, and now on the field is Fa'amanu Petello, and now it's with Cody Castle, and this is a good promising move for Massey. Goes swinging out to the left, and they swing on to attack. And we've got 17 minutes gone, halfway through the second half.
Yeah, Rosmini have turned the ball over. Good play. Sam Babb kicks from the base of the ruck. Pauli, Doreen. Now Mark Talea tries to go on the outside and then opts to try to beat the tackle of Joseph Foley, the blindside flanker. They still have some hustle. Great play from Harry O'Reilly. Big man. Palmer with a little tip on. Now Fraser Conway tried to send the winger on the inside. Left the ball there from a standing start. Daniel Lee. Tip on the inside. Hasler. Good scrambling defence from Massey. Moala Leava, the second five now comes hard at the defence. Cody Castle. Pauli Doreen looks for some field position. Another close moment. Daniel Lee, Fraser Conway. It's 13-11 combination on the left. Looks good for Rosmini.
It's been explosive, hasn't it? And this is the turnover. I think it was actually the captain, Connor O'Leary, in the headgear. You watch him, he puts him down, rips it off him, and then turns it over. That's great work there. Leading from the front as he has been this whole game, Connor O'Leary.
So Harry O'Reilly's been subbed off the field for Rosmini, and Jacob Pearce is on, a big tall lad. He's the son of a prominent rugby player from years gone by in the Sevens world, Scott Pearce. So the lineage of rugby continues as this is good play by Massey High School. Behind by those 10 points. They have to score twice to get the lead. They're working hard still. And there's the other guy from the Moala Leava family. This is Judah Pumper, they call him. And a penalty coming perhaps for Massey if the referee doesn't play advantage. That's Senio taking it forward. Cody Castle away to JPD. Jess Pauli Doreen. Tavita Lee has gone into scrum half. He's a very good passer of the ball as well as a very good runner. And the referee is blown to stop the game. O'Leary, the captain's been called over. Let's listen.
Take a step, take a step. There's a penalty against you there, slowing the ball down, okay? The next one that's going to do it
It's Logan
might
Turner.
have no choice but to go in the pocket, okay?
Slowing the
Count
ball
yourself
down.
lucky. Thank you. Number 4.
So there's no chance really of a shot for goal here. So Jess Pauli Doreen kicks it away for position over on the far side. It'll be a good chance for them here as we look at this again. Carl.
Yeah, this is just an indiscretion here, not rolling away, said the referee. You can see there, he's got to get out of there. It's taken too long. Just the intensity has lifted ever since Massey has gotten their try. It really has heated up.
Now Tavita Lee at first receiver coming from the left wing over the top of the first defender through the tackle of the second, taken by the third. That's a good run from Tavita Lee. Now they come alongside Pauli Doreen. Holds the ball up, a good line from Tor. Beautiful step and an inside run and an individual try for Environ Tor, started by Tavita Lee. Charging in at first receiver, and then a beautiful line, a beautiful footwork, and a great try for Environ Tor under the post.
Yeah, great work there from the Massey High team. Just a bit of individual brilliance, as you said, but it started from their set piece. It's been a bit dusty all day. They get it wide to the big number 11. Now he starts to inject himself. Watch the power here, runs over the number 7. Look at the defenders. He takes out 4, in fact. What that does is it opens up opportunities out wide. They all slide in the defence. A little in ball by Tor, the right foot stepping under the post. Second try for him, second try for Massey.
He's a good runner. Tor, we saw him in the first half do the bounce going out. This time was a reverse bounce or whatever name you want to call it, coming back in. So it puts a lot of questions to the defence. The conversion's an easy one. They're back in the game. Massey High School. Good footy. Look at him attack the ball, that right foot step to beat Joseph Foley under the post. That's a good try. Environ Tor.
Well, it's so tough to stop when you do it at speed, and you're right, Ken, just the balance of the young man running at speed, too hard for the defence coming across. The momentum, see there, they know they're back in this one, 3 points behind.
So what a good game we've got now. 18 to 15, 13 minutes to go. Two great tries by Environ Tu'u. He's the deputy head boy at Massey High School, and this is his 4th year in the first 15. So you know, we don't talk about betting on this kind of rugby. But if you had to put a bet on, who's going to take this one? Who's going to take the Woodhouse Shield here?
It'd be better to fold the money over and put it back in your pocket.
Exactly, I agree with you. But it's just using the expression colloquially. But
too hard to pick.
It's very hard to pick now.
Daniel Smith is on.
Crouch!
For Fraser Conway.
Get in, Lucy's, get in.
Just remember, this is a Woodhouse Shield match which has been proudly kept at Rosmini and defended here since 2010.
45.
And Massey haven't had it since 2004. Incidentally, there was a Moaska Cup match, which is the New Zealand Ranfurly Shield style secondary school match, played over at Auckland Grammar during the week, and Auckland Grammar retained the cup from the challenge of New Plymouth Boys High by 34 to 24. Good challenge by New Plymouth Boys. They were down by 27 to 3 at halftime, and closed the gap right up, but Auckland Grammar School held on. And the next challenge is coming from De La Salle next week. Tavita Lee here, trying to get the Woodhouse Shield for Massey High School. Down they go. They're playing with a lot more confidence now. Massey from out in the west of Auckland. Tremendous play here.
Whamanu Patella with a good run now. Cody Castle. Tavita Lee again. He's injected himself in this second half. His last 3 runs have been very good ones. Now they come long for Palmer. The blindside flanker back off the right foot step. And a good tackle from Logan Turner. Forced the turnover. Very good tackle, Logan Turner.
Well, they needed it, didn't they, Ken? Rosmini on their back heel, struggling at the moment, had no time with the ball whatsoever. A lot of hands on hips, had to do a mountain of defending. And Massey are coming home strong, no doubt about that. 11 minutes to go.
Say again? I've got about 11 minutes.
Logan Turner over the top. That's a good tackle. Forced the error. Good footy. Sam Babb. Defensive assignment now for Rosmini. Deep inside their own quarter. Good scrum from Massey.
Far side. Marquis, have a look at this.
Whoa! An enormous scrum for Massey.
No, it just fell down.
Lost it forward.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought he didn't. Got out of my seat for nothing.
No. Did not lose it forward there.
Oh, well, I thought he indicated this.
Yeah, I
Massey feed.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So
good battle in the second half by these two little guys behind the scrum, and Sam Babb it is, but a lot of pressure on Rosmini, but Babb decides to break, gives it to Murdoch, clears it out on the right wing side to Ben Hyatt-Brown. What courage it is for Rosmini to do that under so much pressure, just leading by 3.
they're not intimidated by where they are. Look at Connor O'Leary. They run the ball from a scrum just outside their own try line. Now Hasler tips it on for McElroy. He's been strong today, the captain. Offloads for McGann. Good direct running at the Massey High defence. Babb pirouettes around Hasler. Palmer. Oh, there's a good scrap going on for the ball. Good hustle. Moala Leava, the 12, makes the tackle, gets the football, offloads the ball. Now Fuima Ono throws himself at the defence. Now Pauli Doreen, they've got some numbers. Palmer. Good running. Good support play as well. Now 24 metres out, Massey High School. They've lost the ball forward. Rosmini, the defence, hangs on. Hyatt-Brown offloads the ball in the tackle. Oh, they're warming up. The boys from Rosmini and Massey High School, they're giving us a game.
It's showtime.
Say that again, please.
I'm with you guys, though. Just the way they not
14.
intimidated by where they are on the field. They'll have a go if the space is there. Rosmini finding a lot of joy down their right-hand side. Davida Lee dropping back deep. There's always a lot of space on that far side of the field as we look at it. But just watch that hit there from Davida Lee. Head down, shoulder in. Get that in, yeah.
And he gets the offload as well. He's beaten for size, but he's not intimidated by the contest. Good play, Hyatt-Brown.
Zandra Kavanga is on for Massey High on the right wing. Mark Tully has been subbed off. Sam Babb with the ball. 9 minutes to play. The home team, shield holders, defending grimly here, but bravely running in attack out of their defensive zones, not caring a whit.
It's unbelievable that these kids with so much confidence in it. It's a real endorsement of obviously the coaches and the culture. Encourage the boys to express themselves, use the football, have a go, enjoy yourself, and they're giving us a heck of a game.
And the PC, George PC came here, so fantastic, and a few guys hobbling around. It's been a physical game. Coming onto the field is Daniel Castle, the number 17.
I just love the way, though, Keith, after each scrum or set piece, the crowd goes real quiet. And if there's a reset, everyone's just waiting in anticipation to see which way the ref goes.
Ryan Kennedy's played so well for Rosmini.
He's
gone to the sideline and been replaced. He hobbled off a wee bit with Daniel Castle coming on. Now here's Lee. Lee, a beautiful push ahead. And pressure now. Away it goes to Kavanga, number 22. And this time running with it is Fuima Ono. And there's space out here for Lee. Is he 100%?
Great run from Tavita Lee, and even better defence from Rosmini to keep the international player out, but they're still 24 metres out. The next try will be crucial. Just 3 points separating these two sides. Cody Castle sends the big men forward. Powley, Doreen now with a little tip on. Fuimaona goes to the line. Great play from Massey, desperate to get their hands on the football. They've won the penalty. They've got the advantage. They send their big men forward again. O'Leary with the big tackle. Powley, Doreen waits to go through the middle, so it's patient from Massey. Now they go with a little bit of width. Fuimaona's been prominent since coming from the bench. 18 metres out, they inch their way forward. Powley Doreen standing deep. A ball over the top. Environ Tor taken to the ground. Loses the ball, there's a penalty. Every play's becoming crucial.
What do you do, Ken? What do you do? Do they take the shot and the chance to tie it up, or do they go to the corner and back themselves? The number 8 with the decision, the captain for Massey High.
They're asking the referee how long to go. Sir, 6 minutes, here, sir. Why would they go for the post if a draw is not going to win them the shield? It might get them the points in the North Harbour Championship table for the draw. I know that the principal, Tom Gerard, when Rosmini drew last week, he regarded it as a loss.
Yeah, well, I suppose with 5.5 to go, again, the time that they take to kick the penalty is time that Rosmini don't have the ball. Logic would say they get the ball back from the kickoff, so it may work out for them.
Well, there is,
who knows?
Yeah, there is a strong breeze at the back of Massey High too, Ken. You'd have to say 95% of this game in the second half has been played in Rosmini territory, so they'll back themselves, no doubt, Massey.
So this to tie the situation up at the moment. Jess Powley Doreen, a very nice strike of the ball, and it's an 18-all game now.
So 4.5. Massey to receive the ball from the kickoff. So now we will see. Awa Leatia is on for Sione Matoto for Massey.
And boys, we've got to untangle all this and have a Essex Player of the Match award at the end of this. There is the restart from Daniel Smythe. And the front running, you'd have to say right now, is with the visiting team, Massey High School. There's Powley Doreen. Looks a tidy player since he's come on. And so does this man, Tu'u, who scored 2 tries so far. And now it's Wairaki Palmer. 45 metres out and 4 minutes to play. The Castles have gone well today. The two brothers close to the scrum for Massey High School. No release. And disappointed Ken Tupo. going back.
3.5. So drop kick, perhaps. So they want to kick for field position, Rosmini. And maybe throw to the front or middle of the line out. And then maybe a couple of drives and try and put Hasler perhaps in position to make the winning play.
Nail-biting time here. The chant on the far side, we are the Rozzers. Mighty, mighty Rozzer. Rosmini. And there is a wonderful leap by Logan Turner. And now it's with Joseph Foley.
Keep moving. Take a step, Cole. Take a step. Yeah.
2.5 minutes to play. The wind is swirling around. Now it's with Hasler. Oh, lovely break by Murdoch. Lee with him. Joshua Murdoch.
Brilliant play from Joseph Hasler, the number 10. He was always going to loom as the key player. And he presented the ball beautifully. And Murdoch, he won't score a more important try in 2013 than that one. With the score locked up at 18-all, they needed a big play. And it was Hasler, the ball player, provided the ball. And then Murdoch, his kick returns, his running with the football today has been fantastic. Look at this, it's a set play. Goes to the line, holds it up. Dummies the first player, gives it long for Murdoch in between two defenders. A right-hand fend. And then he's too quick for the cover defence. That's a brilliant try to get Rosmini home in this tremendous game that we've seen. It doesn't deserve to be a loser, but there will be. And Joseph Murdoch has been on fire today.
So a beautiful try by Joshua Murdoch. Sam Babb is taking the shot for goal. And look at this, it's just across the front, so don't write off the Massey guys just yet. There is Joshua Murdoch, 17 years of age, year 13. The rain is lashing down here, and that's a wonderful run by him to put the home team in the lead by 23-18.
So 1 minute. Oh, there's the opportunity for Massey. So they're going to get a scrum with field position. Is there some more drama to come in this?
Is there more drama to come? Remember, a try to tie it up to 23-all. A try with a conversion to snatch it out of the fire for Massey High School.
So 45 seconds, one play, one shot. Tavita Lee, Environ To'o. Those would be the go-to guys. They need to try to square it up.
Crouch.
So there's the field position.
Touch. Sit.
So one piece of attack and one piece of defence. Paoli Doreen to the line. Takes it into contact, backs into the defence. Hasler holds him up. Hasler's got his hands on the football. Now he finds the ground. Good work from Paoli Doreen. They've got numbers lined up to the left. Massey High School.
So they have this last chance, just seconds remaining. There we click past 70 minutes. It's referee's time now at the 22-metre line. Massey High School pushing forward. They retain position, or do they? It's with Rosmini. Their crowd, their magnificent supporters know it. It's going to come to Sam Babb. He'll try to hurry it to the sideline or get someone else to do it for him. Referee says it's a scrum. Is it the end of the game? It's gone past 70 minutes. Will he look at his watch? They're going to have one last play here.
So Massey High School. There's the score on your screen. So the formula is simple. Massey need a converted try to win the game. They've got one scrum. We're in referee's time. There's full time on the clock. Anything's possible, and what we have seen, a heck of a game. If this is an indication of what we're going to get in Land Rover First 15 Rugby in 2013, we are looking at a stellar season indeed after just 3 games, and this has been an absolute thriller. Tavita Lee, he now looms as a crucial player. If Massey can make the play, get the ball out to that left side, where his profile and status in the game means so much to us at First 15 Rugby. They've been very prominent in the second half.
And if you like Land Rover First 15 Rugby, catch us next week in the South Island. Christchurch Boys High against St Bede's. That's always a cracker. And then a special on following Tuesday week Christchurch boys against Christ College, that midweek classic in Christchurch, a wonderful traditional game, but this has been a beauty here. We're so pleased and proud to be in watching the best of North Harbour Secondary Schools rugby, and it could change. That result with the Rosmini ahead could change after this last play in this one, as Massey High School have the put in and they have to attack. Rosmini have to defend.
5-1 split, a good scrum from Rosmini. Ball's loose. Pauli Doreen standing right. Tavita Lee, he's the one they wanted to give the football to, away from the first two defenders, away from the next two. He's beat 4 players. Tavita Lee. Now he's taken in a crucial tackle. Rosmini need to get their hands on the football. Massey need to recycle. They pick and go. 10 metres out. Castle waits, goes long, trying to move out to the right-hand side where Palmer's waiting in midfield, the blindside flanker. Fuima Ono. Hard and straight over the advantage line. He's been good since coming from the bench. Rosmini trying to hang on. Massey going the left side. A big dummy from Taylor Tolson. Takes on the defence. Tavita Lee waits on the left side. Everybody knows where the ball's going to go. Now it's goes short through the middle. Good running from Massey High. Rosmini scramble. There's a little 4-on-1. There he comes, Tavita Lee. Taking on the advantage line. Can Rosmini get their hands on the football? The penalty. More to come.
Over there.
Wonderful. They won't kick it out. They take the tap on the little guy. Did he do the right thing? I don't think he did. Referee stopped the game. Let's look at the referee, Marius Botta. He's going to go and talk with the referee's assistants. He's given a penalty to Massey, so they still have a chance. Well, Cody Castle, the little guy there, just 59 kgs. There he is. He tapped and went on his own. Can he do the right thing?
Or maybe not, but, you know, pressure can play tricks on your mind. He's a tough kid. He's had that injury for the last 4 or 5 minutes. He's been hobbling around. Now he leaves the field.
Hang on.
But he's done great. Big ticker, a lot of character to play under difficult circumstances.
There's Jonathan Tower, the coaching staff of Massey High School, Brendan Curran as well. What are they doing here? It's a tap and charge. It's a tap and charge. And they're just there at the goal line. If they turned it over for themselves, yes, they do. They have it. They drive some more. A try will tie it up. The conversion might win it. Let's see how they go here. It's with Ma'anon Fuimono. And they go for the line. Rosmini's defence is staunch.
Just a metre out now. They're going to hit the left side. Tavita Lee standing at first receiver. Spun around. The defenders have won him. They've held him up, have they? The referee says. What does the referee say? No try. It's all over. Tavita Lee with one last charge at the line, but it's Rosmini's day today. Tremendous game of rugby. What a great finish. A lot of character. Disappointment for Massey. But Rosmini, what a game.
Land Rover First 15 rugby. It doesn't get any better than this. We've just seen 44 stars. Well, we know that at the end of every rainbow there's a golden prize. Today the Woodhouse Shield stays with Rosmini. But what a great game of rugby today. Here's the last frantic dive for the winning try. Perhaps for Massey it didn't happen.
And what great defence from Rosmini under normal circumstances. Tavita Lee would have charged through and scored the try, but they have given us some character, they've given us some resilience, and gee, they've given us some intensity today. Rosmini, that was a tremendous game of football and a great finish.
And they've given us a whole raft of new names to talk about for the future of the game in North Harbour and across New Zealand. And so many of them linked to the past and All Black stories and All Black families, but so many of them new in the game in New Zealand. And didn't they do their schools proud today? And there is Con O'Leary. That is a beautiful sight, a rainbow shining across Auckland and paying tribute to a great game here at Rosmini this afternoon.
Excitement rises at Eden Park as they get it away to Frank. Hello for the
The Blues make a statement against the Red and Blacks in round 3.
George Moala scores!
Tonight, don't miss the blockbuster rematch in Christchurch.
The stone throw has got it! Try Crusaders! Ready Ranger, Whipper! And that might just settle it!
Crusaders Blues, live tonight, Sky Sport 1. Coverage brought to you by Placemakers.
Hey, Nana! Have you seen my passport?
Get the speedy new Samsung Galaxy S4 on Vodafone, and you could win one of 8 trips to amazing action-packed destinations. The catch is, just like the S4 on 4G, it all happens fast. If you win, you'll be leaving within 24 hours, so you better get packing.
Oh, me! My Super Soaker! I'm definitely taking you.
Live life fast with a Samsung Galaxy S4 on 4G. Only on New Zealand's leading network.
3, 2, 1. Boom. There was a time when everything was played by my rules. Father Time's rules. The sun, the moon, the tides, all were under my control. Time marched onwards. No monkey business. But after thousands of years of service, it seems time has caught up with me. Do you fix these?
Not those.
There's been a shift in power. Boom. Gets me every time.
Well, somewhere over the rainbow, we saw a wonderful rugby match this afternoon at Rosmini College on the North Harbour side of Auckland Harbour, and the home team, 1,000 boys go to the school. We had the rainbow, we had the clouds, we had a bit of rain, and we got beautiful late afternoon sunshine coming in here. And the pot of gold for Rosmini is the Woodhouse Shield. They'll have a very happy and proud captain, Con O'Leary. He's with Carl Tanana.
Obviously a bit tired, but mate, how's the heart? You waited right to the death, eh?
Oh, it feels awesome, mate. Butterflies in my stomach at the start of the game. Sure, we did it again. It's always a physical game versus Messi. They gave us everything we expect today. Very physical game.
You guys got out to a big lead in that first half, but in that second half, you just had to defend grimly, eh?
Yeah, you can't do that against guys with Tavita in their team, mate. He's in sevens and all. Yeah, I think the boys held on pretty well, played with a bit of ticker. Congratulations for us. Yeah, you spoke about heart, but the basic skill, I think also, you didn't let the where you were on the field dictate where you wanted to play. Just if there was space here, you backed yourselves? Yeah, our game plan was sort of to run it every time because we can't really kick it with the back three that Messi's always have. So our game plan paid off in the end. Very proud effort. I know we'll let you go over there, enjoy the boys. Congratulations, eh? Thank you. Now, hop up a cookie. I mean, just tell me what happened there.
I guess we just started off bad. Took us a little bit late to get in the game.
You got to be proud of your boys, the way you guys came back in their second half. I mean, you showed a lot of heart.
Yeah, real proud of them. Shots to the boys. Back at you.
And I suppose a big one though, to your strike weapon, Tavita Lee, he got injured early. He tried to make, he stayed on for you guys, was staunch and tried to make an impact there in that second half.
Yeah, maybe we chucked that out to them too many times. I think they read it really good.
Well, I know you guys will keep your heads up. You'll get back in there next week, and good luck, eh?
Yeah, thanks.
It was a tough one to pick, the ASICS player of the match, but we've gone with the fullback for Rosmini, Joshua Murdoch, and what a great performance he turned on. Some beautiful running in a tight match.
Yes, right. In all aspects of the game, you expect from a fullback, takes the ball on the full, tremendous kick returner, and of course when the game was on the line at 18-all, he was the guy that they went to. He was the go-to guy. It was a set play, beautiful footwork, and got the try that got them home. And he's downstairs with Carl Tanana.
Joshua, mate, you must have loved that game. The ball just given to you and just got a license to run.
Yeah, it was good fun. Massey always a tough one, and love playing against him.
Now, just tell me, what was the call when you're going out with that last set piece? Did you call it to yourself?
No, I actually didn't want it to happen. So the ball came and, oh, yeah, I don't know what happened. I got through. So, yeah, good. It was happy. Good time.
Nah, it is. I mean, it's always a tough one when you got a shield on the line like the ones you got here, the Woodhouse Shield. A lot of proud history, so there's a lot of pressure coming to this one, eh?
Yeah, definitely. We've got to defend it again next week against Westlake, so we've got to front up again next week, and, yeah, it'll be a good one.
Well, congratulations on the Essex Player of the Match and some free boots. It looked like you got some pretty green ones here. You get some new ones, but good luck for next week, eh?
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Joshua Murdoch, the Essex Player of the Match. So let's look at the highlights. And Daniel Lee made a great start for the home team with a beautifully struck penalty from the right side. And then from the left side a minute later, he set it up and sent it spinning through to give Rosmini the early lead by 6 points to 0. And then the first of today's tries came.
And it was Daniel Lee again. They shifted the ball right to left after they weren't able to get the clearance at Massey. Well, this is the return from Hyatt Brown, and then the ball was loose on the ground. Fraser Conway was very composed, and Daniel Lee quick enough on the end to score the try. He had a good game, Daniel Lee. Good with the goal kicking, good with his finishing as well.
And that was the halftime score, 13-0. In the second half, the scoring opened for Massey with a penalty by Tyler Castle. That got them into the lead by 3-0. And then the try to O'Reilly for Rosmini.
Yes, and it was Hyatt Brown, the right winger, in looking for it. Took the quick tap hard and straight. O'Reilly, the lock forward. That was a crucial play in the context of the game, and good anticipation as well from Hyatt Brown.
So that at 18-3 looked like a good winning score, but then we had some very good replies and good play by Massey in the first try to Environ Tu'u. It was close to the sideline, but given to him, and Environ Tu'u scored for Massey.
Yes, and he gets a double, and it was set up by Tavita Lee, who was really prominent in the second half, taking the ball forward from first receiver, and beautiful hole running from Environ Tu'u, and then a nice right foot step under the post. Brilliant skill from him. Too big for the first defender, too elusive for the second, and a nice finish for Tu'u.
And with the conversion, that made it 18-15. And then the man who came off the bench, Jess Pauli-Doreen, with this shot, over it went, 18-all. We needed some score to break it open as to find a winner, and it went to Rosmini.
Yeah, and it was Hasler who went to the inside, dummied the ball to Daniel Smythe, picked up Joshua Murdoch, who went inside, then outside the cover defence. It's a brilliant finish from Murdoch. He was our A6 man of the match, as you know. But look at that running, terrific in and then out, and a brilliant finish to win the game for his team, Joshua Murdoch. And then that was Tavita Lee, last final throw of the dice, and the celebration for Rosmini. They got home in a close one. It was a thriller.
Well, there it is, and now we look at the scoring. There it is. There are the 3 tries to Rosmini and the 2 to Massey High School with the complicated conversions. We had a lot of goal kickers in action this afternoon, and now let's look at the statistics.
Yeah, well, 3 tries to 2. Massey High, in the end, they won possession. They won time in opposition half, but more time in the opposition 22, but they lost the game. So that's an indication of the resilience and character that we saw today from Rosmini College. Just having another look, Massey High again, they dominated the football. They had looked twice as many rucks and mauls, but they weren't able to get those crucial scores. The advantage line running, you can see that 68, 57%. The significance of that is that they were able to make more inroads into the Massey High defence, and that was enough for Rosmini College to get the job done at the death today.
Well, a lovely occasion. Look, Ken, we can hardly get in the picture. The sun is shining in, beautiful. So we'll have a look at other results now from around the country. Have a look at these. Some of these teams will be featuring